Hello, let me tell you something about the dominant country known as Prussia, rising from the Teutonic Knights to the Germany we know today. Our story begins in the end of the 12th century in a village called Accra. This is when the Teutonic Knights have been formed. After their creation, the Teutonic Knights got transferred to Transylvania in 1211, and soon the Knights found themselves battling alongside the Polish Lithuania against the pagans, inhabiting the Baltic Sea coast. In the end, the Teutonic Knights won and got themselves some territory. Soon, the occupation of the land was turning into brutal extermination of the people who lived there, known as the Old Prussians, finally leading to the establishment of the Teutonic Order. In 1466, a war with the Teutonic Order fighting against Polish Lithuania came to an end, and the Polish stood victorious. Poland and Lithuania took entire West Prussia, and the East Prussia became controlled by Poland and Lithuania, and thus losing its independence to Poland. In 1525, Grandmaster Albrecht von Poison brought an end to the Teutonic Knights, an order which he led by installing himself as the Duke of Prussia. Albrecht von Poison also was a part of the ruling family of Brandenburg, a small German state around Berlin, making his transition even easier. In 1618, the ruler of Prussia, Frederick, died heirless, and after his death, John Sigmund, a Brandenburg leader, took that opportunity to take the throne and thus formed Brandenburg Prussia. What followed was the devastating period of time of the 30-Year War, and by the time, in 1648, the war was coming to an end. Prussia gained out of this war 5 new geographically disconnected strips of territory, and East Prussia was liberated from the Polish in the Swedish-Polish War. Now, Frederick I took the throne. As the King of Prussia in 1701, he was a great patron of art and science. Frederick also declared that every 1 in 9 men was made a soldier, increasing his army size to 83,000 troops. After his death, his son Frederick the Great took the throne. Frederick made Prussia an economic and military power. He took more land and increased his army to 100,000 men, which doubled during wartime. With his army, he conquered Silesia from the Austrians and West Prussia from the Polish in the 7-Year War that included Austria, France, and Russia. In 1805, Napoleon would take power of Europe, which stopped Prussia from expanding. This short period ended in 1815. In the end, Prussia gained back its territory, also with some extra holdings. About 50 years later, the Franco-Prussian War came along, also known as the War of 1870, mainly fought by the Prussians against Austria and the Second French Empire. In the end, Prussia stood victorious, finally taking the form of the German Empire, but we will talk about that another time. Hey, thank you for watching this. If you mind, try visiting my YouTube channel. I don't have much videos on it, but I'll make animations like this, and I'll try to improve on my mistakes. So thank you for watching, and make sure to check out the subscribe button. See ya!